Just giving this a quick blast down with some water just to get the dust off from all the inside and stuff. We've got the new colour just on the body. Finish is it's not bad. It's going to need a bit of a machine polish. Come on, focus. There we go. It's going to need a bit of a machine polish, but it's certainly good enough for a Defender. Looking quite good with a black and green grey combo. So what I'm going to do this afternoon is I've got basically all the front end stuff. So I'm going to get the bonnet, the grille, the headlight surrounds all primed up so they're ready to spray. Because once I've got those painted, I can get that front end reinstalled. I'll get the vent covers and stuff done. Then the next step will be to spray the windscreen surround and the back panels, and just got a little bit more smoothing just to do on that roof joint. And I'll get that bit all sprayed as a oneer, and then the last step will be to spray the back door, the middle door and the two side doors so that we can get the doors on. I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get these prepped with paint and get these ones primed. Okay, so a couple of the bits that I forgot when I was explaining about what I was going to paint and what order to put back together is essentially all the seat box and the floor pans. So what I've done with the seat box, as you can just see just down here, is I've just quickly flashed over this. This is just in the fiberglass reinforced black, and then you can see just inside the seat boxes we've got a nice coat of Corollas with some lovely black overspray. The Corollas and the overspray, it doesn't really matter because obviously they're going to be inside the seat box. You're not going to see those, but it just means that they're protected. Outside of it's coated in this fiberglass black. Again, you're not really going to see this because all this is going to be carpeted, but it just means that on the edges, the joins, anywhere where you might just see through the black carpet, there'll be black behind it. Couple of these side panels just from the wheel tubs, just the side panels, just spread those in the fiberglass black. Again, just so it all ties in this sort of black inside. Basically so that it's all just sort of uniform inside and nice and black. So last night I was absolutely furious. Connected the camcorder to the computer as I always do. Downloaded all the footage, days and days worth of footage as you'll see in a second. Disconnected the camera, deleted all the camera off the SD card because the computer doesn't do that. You've got to delete after you've transferred it. Then went to start viewing it on the computer to start piecing together a video, and the entire lot was corrupted. So I've got no footage from all this work that I'm about to show you, but I'll show you where we're up to. And I was furious last night. I think I'm over it now. Show you what we've got done. So you can see through the gazebo there's a range of panels sort of on the floor and stuff. These panels nicely painted. I'm going to be bonding the windows into these in a second, and I'll get onto those when I do them. Rear arches painted. Got two doors masked up there in primer. Roof lovely and black. Rear shortened door lovely and painted, and as you can see there, nicely glazed. But the big news is outside. Obviously there's no truck inside the gazebo. Here she is. So we've got lockers installed, doors installed, seat boxes fully bolted properly in, floor pans are bolted in, transmission tunnel still needs to be bolted down. All the bulkhead removal bar is bolted in, save for this middle bar, which is quite scuffed. I'm going to paint it, but I'm really undecided as to whether to do that bulkhead bar body colour, which is something a bit different. So if you think it should be a different colour, comment on this one and let me know. Obviously screens installed, bulkhead vents are installed. You have to excuse the snow, which is what I'm dealing with now. But basically front ends coming together. So grills all installed, arches, bonnet, spare wheel mounts properly bolted in. This is my own designed and made mesh grill. Get a bit up close and you can see that it's homemade, but I think it certainly fits the purpose, and I quite like the front end look of this. Obviously the lower grille's just a factory one painted black that's been riveted in place. So what I'm going to do is to try and get a couple of the panels out of the way. I'm going to bolt these rear arches in. I'm not going to keep the camera out in the snow because it's not waterproof, it's not GoPro or anything. I'm going to get those arches bolted on. Then I'll start looking at pulling some of these panels out into the garden just to keep them out of the way while I get these doors sprayed up. It's not fantastic weather, but what I'm going to do is I've got a heater that I can stick inside this gazebo. It's nothing fancy, but maybe just warm it up a degree or two. Okay, this is just a very quick side note. I was just putting the rear arches on just to get them out of the way while I start getting the power tools and stuff out. Obviously they're painted, I don't want to damage them. Got these wheel arch rivets from a well-known supplier in the Defender world, Britpart, and I've read enough online to kind of go by the mantra that if it spins or it's got power, you don't buy Britpart. That's fine. It's a plastic rivet, so you basically push it into the hole, push this end in, it opens up the splines and it holds the wheel arches in place. There's nothing really that you can get wrong with this, apart from every one I bought about 40 of these things because these vehicles take a lot, and they turn up in the bag like this. Yep, it's not a problem. But from these ends all fell. Well, I mean, you can see the end of that. They were basically glued into the end of these rivet pieces, so that you couldn't push them in. So first sort of couple I put in, pushing like mad, and I'm bending this little, because this is only a plastic nubbin. I'm thinking, what the hell's going on with this? I've just had to go through every one, the pair of pliers, rip this bit out, make sure that that hole's clean so that this can then go back through it. I mean, come on, Britpart. It's a piece of plastic. How much more wrong can you get? So when we first started on this project and we were doing measurements, I knew that I couldn't just put a set of 90 windows in these sides because they're not long enough effectively. The 90 window is basically the full length of this panel, and obviously under this section we've got the seat belt mounting, we've got a reinforcing bar across the back, and obviously there's the fabricate bits at the back end, so I knew I needed to find something that was a bit shorter. What I came up with was Popup windows. So what you'll get is, let me get this in the right way, which is this way. This will get bonded into here, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to set this bracket up in a second. Bonded in with some polyurethane sealant. Tiger Seal is one of the brands, but effectively any polyurethane sealant is fine. This gap at the top is the same as the door pillar at the top, and the bottom of this, because of the black border, matches the bottom of the back window. So there's quite a bit of continuity. We're not just rushed into ordering the first set of windows we found. The difference with these over normal Defender ones is these aren't riveted from the outside. There's no hidden channel. So what I need to do is work out a way to hold these in place while I attach a load of sealant, and then I'm going to need to get this pressed down. So what I've got is I've got some wood battens. Nothing spectacular, just some bits of wood, but I'm going to put one on the back side, one on the front side, and then I'm going to screw the two together. Okay, so what I've done is I've got the windows lined up exactly where they need to be in the apertures, and then what I've done is I've got this low tack blue tape which I've just gone all the way around. I didn't film it because obviously I spent ages going around these corners, just because then when I put the sealant under and then I screw these wood battens on top, I don't know if the sealant's going to start squeegeing out the edges, and obviously this is all freshly painted, so I don't want to deal with the aggro of having to clean that off. So this is what I've done. I don't know if this is right. I've never bonded windows in before, and I'll keep saying through this project I ain't really got a flipping clue what I'm doing. I'm kind of just making this up as we go along. But let's get these windows took out, get some sealant put around this edge, get these screwed on, and let's see how they start looking. each, but now it's on, it's nice and secure. I'm glad I spent the time putting this tape around because there was a bit of a squeege of sealant, which is perfect because, you know, we had that continuous seal all the way around, which means that that's going to be nice and watertight. So I'm going to quickly prep up these beams just for these this second window, get the sealant put on this one, get this one screwed together, and then these effectively can just be put to one side just to be left to dry. So both the windows bonded in. I'm really hoping that that is enough so that the first time we take this thing down the road these windows don't pop out, but we'll see.